The biggest pressure for us, it's not about accepting or embracing our child's autism. The biggest challenge was the pressure of what will be the next therapy after this.
The cost for therapy, one, it's on your own and it's not cheap. It's not cheap, especially if people who are in maybe on a M40, they will already struggle.
Correct. The public, okay, they don't see what parents go through behind closed doors. The sleepless night, the crying behind closed toilet doors, the worry, the exhaustion, the emotion, the mental stress, emotionally, whatever, they don't see it. But if your son misbehaves in public, people will judge. They will comment. They will give remarks. And sometimes these comments or remarks can actually scar the parent.
Medical field ni Rheumatic pancreatic cancer.
Bersama saya Dr. Roland Victor.
Satu benda yang one of the worst stress can happen bila you makan tak sedap.
Doktor, saya punya culture kena makan nasi.
Zaman moden. But at every second of your life you either earn or learn.
Batu Medic Show. Okay, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Lesung Batu Medic Show with me, Dr. Roland. So, we have an interesting topic to discuss today, as always. And today's topic is going to be a bit personal, a personal journey and experience in regards to autism. So, I know ramai di luar sana mungkin ada saudara mara, family members yang mungkin mengalami spektrum autisma di Malaysia. So, bersama saya hari ini ialah Sharon Wu. Sharon Wu, welcome to Lesung Batu Medic Show.
A very good morning to you, Dr. Roland. Thank you for having me here this morning.
Yeah. I'm going to go in straight away on your journey. You experienced a family member, your son, who was diagnosed with autism not a few years back, but we're talking about 20 years ago, when I think many people haven't even come to know what this situation or symptoms is all about. How was that? How was that early point, especially going back to that early 2000s?
Okay, maybe I just give you a very quick story what happened.
Please,
All right.
please do.
Yeah. My son Marcus is 23 years old now. When he was 1.5 years old, my mom came for a visit, and my mom was the one who told me that something was not quite right with Marcus's development.
How many kids did your mom have? Just to ask.
My mom has 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah, so, well, she raised 3 kids. She has more experience.
I guess at that point, definitely.
Yeah, so at 1.5, because when my mom called out to him, he did not respond. So that made my husband and I paid more attention to it. Yeah. And what happened during Chinese New Year really alarmed us.
Okay.
Because during Chinese New Year, a neighbor lit fireworks outside our home.
Okay.
So that sudden loud sound, right, startled all of us. Even my daughter covered her ears. And Marcus did not show any reaction, as if he didn't hear anything. So then my husband and I knew that something was not right. So initially we thought it's something to do with his hearing because he showed no reaction. So we brought him to see an ENT specialist. And after the test, the result came out that his hearing was perfectly normal.
Excellent.
So what could that be, right? Then the ENT referred us to a child psychologist. After a detailed assessment, Marcus was diagnosed with autism.
So that was as early as 2 years old.
He was 2 years old.
And going back a bit, like from the point of the months and infant, from moving from 4 months, 6 months, did you see any changes in progress from turning around, crawling, standing up? Was there any difference at that point?
No, actually everything was normal. Yeah, he crawled. He crawled first, then he learned how to walk. Everything was normal. It's only around 1.5 years old. He was always very engrossed with what he was doing. So at first I thought, well, he's just very focused on what he was doing, and he loved to line things up in a straight line. For example, his toy cars or his books. He made a lot of repetitive sounds. He had no speech at that time. He avoided eye contact, and he walked on tiptoes. So those traits stood out around 1.5 years old. So, and then my mom
Observed it further.
observed, how come he's not responding? So that, and also with the fireworks. So he was diagnosed at the age of 2.
So from then on, were you working at that point?
At that time, I wasn't working. I thought of going back to work maybe after he turned 1 or so. As soon as he was diagnosed with autism, I just completely gave up the idea of returning to the workforce.
Okay, understand. And
Yeah.
how was access to help or centers at that point? I mean, today is a bit different. I think you mentioned earlier prior to our sit down, the numbers are very high,
Yes.
even in Malaysia.
Correct.
What was help then and help now? Is it different? Definitely, I guess.
So you can imagine 21 years ago, Dr. Roland, there wasn't much information on autism. In fact, when we received the diagnosis from the doctor, right, the word autism is actually an alien word to us. We had no idea what autism meant. And the child psychologist, he briefly explained to us, and then he told us, okay, these are the therapies that you should check out. After that, my husband and I, we went home, still confused. So the only way is to turn to Dr. Google. So we Google search, we research, we read up, and we found out that autism is, the cause is unknown. And the saddest part is there's no cure for autism. So when we read that, right, that there's no cure for autism, my whole world shattered. To me, it's like I knew from then that my son would not have a normal life, and the dream of a parent, having a dream that, my son will later on go to university, be a professional, have a good job, get married with kids. I know that he will not go through that path. His path will be very, very different.
And so then how did the path journey through? I mean, where did he had to go?
After that, we further researched and read up on on autism, as well as on the interventions that were available then. So those were the interventions or therapies recommended by the child psychologist. And my life from that day onwards, my whole life was centered around therapies for Marcus. Everything was about Marcus.
Did you ever think at that point like you needed to be abroad or away from Malaysia to get like the best care that you can get or the best therapies? Because I'm pretty sure like early in 2000s, like probably there was a handful of people, whether they were really equipped to manage this or they were also experimenting at that point.
Yes, true. We were considered fortunate, okay. Through a friend, we got to know a consultant. She's actually an American, and she was at that time residing in Australia. So a few parents, Malaysian parents in KL, they invited her over, and she will draw up a program for their children. So that's the ABA therapy. So we were in a way fortunate to be introduced to her, and she helped to draw up the ABA program for Marcus, the very personalized program. So we were doing like the recommended number of hours for ABA by her at that time was at least 33 hours per week.
That's a lot of hours.
Yes, it's like 2 sessions, morning and in the evening. So at that time, we also joined that group. Okay, so she was also Marcus's consultant. We did like maybe certain weeks we can't do 30 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours of ABA. So ABA helped Marcus from a non-verbal toddler to utter his first word.
And when did you see that? At what age?
Around 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, we started ABA when he was close to 5. Yeah.
This was all done at home, or you had to go to a center also for the ABA?
For ABA, we did it at home. It's a home base. So we got therapists coming in to work with him. Normally, it's like either 2 or 3 hours in the morning or another 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. 6 days a week.
So how would your day be like then? I mean, there's a therapist coming in for maybe 2 to 3 hours, technically 6 hours, but the other 18 hours, the other 20 hours at home, how would you structure a journey? Because I always say to some of the patients who we see who are also on the autism spectrum, some parents bring young kids even to our practice to say, is there anything we can help in terms of nutrition, lifestyle? Yeah, there's a few things we can look into, but of course the therapist would be the commander-in-chief to handle, alongside a lot of care and love and attention from the family. So how was your day like?
My day was in the morning. Of course, I was also very careful with his food. Yeah, because doctors, they recommend to go on the CFGF diet, gluten-free, casein-free diet. So he was on this diet for 3 years. When I heard of this CFGF diet, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to feed him? Yeah, there's so many things that I couldn't feed him. No dairy, no gluten. Yeah, but lucky thing Marcus was okay. I told him, I said, okay, the doctor said you have to go on a special diet. So very sorry, I have to change your diet. And I think as if he understood, he was quite all right. Where, because I removed like cakes, bread, pastries from his diet. So everything was more on rice-based. Luckily, a Chinese family.
It's not much of a problem. The Asian families with rice, they work well.
Correct, rice-based. So together with the CFGF diet, together with ABA and also OT. So a typical day would be morning, get him prepared, right? Feed him, get him prepared. The therapist will come, and normally I will sit in because I will be also learning at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, what they are going through with him. So at that time, I was very, very involved in his therapy. So if a therapist leaves, because they come and go, so if a therapist leaves, then we will have the one that has the most experience to train the new therapist, or I will be training the new therapist.
So technically there's some form of passing over. And you have to be there, like the key maker of that passing, making sure
Correct.
that the transition was right.
Smooth. Yes, correct.
And how does he react after when you move the guards and you move from one therapist? Are they have any emotional bonding? And there's maybe
he was actually okay. We will always prepare him. Okay, if a therapist is going to leave, because one or two of them they left because they wanted to pursue a master's degree.
okay.
Yeah, so we will tell him beforehand. So and so is leaving. So I will use a social story. Actually, for ABA, it's encouraged to use a social story to prep them for whatever. Okay. So in that social story, I will write it there. For example, Roland. Okay? Roland will be leaving what date? Roland is going to Australia to pursue his master's. Roland will be studying there. If you miss Roland, you can maybe. I mean, at that time, there's no video call yet. Okay. So at that time, I will say, if you miss Roland, You could
Email him.
send him an email, something like that. Then I
Understand.
will find a map of Australia. It's like, okay, Roland is going to Sydney, so this is where Roland is going.
Okay.
Roland will be going to this university. So I will prep him. Then the new therapists come in. I will say, okay, there will be a new therapist, Joanna. Joanna will be coming in to work with you, to play with you from what day onwards, and give him a photo, show him a photo of Joanna, so he's so-called mentally prepared.
I see. And all of these are sort of like, all these sort of like storyboards are put right in front, or it's taken out from time to time?
I will make it into a booklet form.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a very simple booklet form, maybe 8 pages or so. Then I will read with him. I will go through with him, or the other therapists will also go through with him. It's like, okay, Roland is leaving. Every day we'll go through so that he knows. Yeah, it's like a countdown. And then he knows another person is coming in. So I use a lot of social story when he was young, and that helped a lot.
Great. So,
Yeah.
so from such social stories and connecting the links, linking everything like in terms of like a storybook way, did he manage to go to sort of like school? I'm pretty sure that I think at that point national schools were not the place for kids
Yeah,
with such situations to be there, because you needed extra support.
correct.
So did he manage to attain like maybe going to sort of like kindergarten or at a later age, or primary education?
Yes. He started schooling later, okay, not like the neurotypical, they go to kindergarten at the age of 4 or 5. So I started sending him to school at a later age. Let me think, maybe around 7, 8, maybe 8 years old. Yeah. So like you said, definitely not national school. Okay. Because he wouldn't be able to survive a national school. So we had to send him to special needs school. It's not easy to find special needs school, and it's not easy to find a suitable one. So we've tried quite a few. Sometimes maybe for a few months, and so happen they need to relocate, and then it's too far for us, then we have to find another school.
True.
Yeah, and some schools, maybe the teachers are not, I wouldn't say the teachers are not well equipped to handle him, but certain schools, the teachers, they judge him because he's different, even though it's a special needs school. But sad to say, some teachers, they judge the children. When a children has a tantrum in school, then they start to judge the children. Oh, it's this, that.
And then you have to be the one always listening to the.
Correct.
We had this episode, we had that episode.
Yeah.
Leaving and moving schools. How challenging is social interaction? I mean, compared to the early days and now. I mean, if you take him out for events or something, is it still a challenge?
You mean now?
No.
Now he has no problem.
Great.
Yeah, anywhere we go, we'll tell him. Like for example, okay, we're going shopping. For example, we're going shopping. Would you like to follow? He'll think, and then he said no. Or
Okay.
if we say we're going shopping, after that, we'll be having dinner at restaurant, cafe. Would you like to come along? Then he'll say yes.
Okay.
He knows. He's verbal now, okay, but Marcus uses very short and simple sentences.
Okay.
Yeah, he can convey to us what he wants, what he doesn't want. He can even negotiate with us, and he can
That's an
very
interesting thing. You
can
mentioned,
very
able to negotiate.
yes, very long-winded, Dr. Roland. He can negotiate up to 2 to 3 hours.
So it's very, very unique when you say like when the delivery of sentence or construct is very straight to the point.
Yes.
But when he wants to put his point out,
Yes.
it could be very long-winded.
Oh, it can be very long-winded. He can be like here for 3 hours. Sometimes I tell him, I say, Marcus, we've been going through this for 3 hours. my ears are tired. Can I take a break? And he's like, okay.
Then does he
He'll pause.
pause and then come back to it again after an hour or something?
He'll pause. Maybe later on he'll come back and just ask me once or twice.
Okay.
Not for another 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. So he's also very emotionally savvy already in order to get things that he wants
Yes.
to get across.
Yes, correct.
That's good. Your journey now having I would say an adult son
Yes, correct.
who went through that whole process. Of course, I would also say sometimes there are many variety of spectrums that we know like today. Maybe we understand it better today.
Yes, correct.
I mean parents who have kids in the autistic spectrum today, I think have access to more knowledge, access to
Definitely.
more diet therapy, access to more knowledge, informations, experts internally, globally,
Definitely.
books to read and everything and to guide, because some can have this spectrum, some can have that spectrum.
Correct.
So it's very broad, and also the
Yes.
challenge will be where teachers or centers, sometimes they could be new,
Yes.
so like sometimes the way they manage person A to person B could be challenging.
Yes.
How is the support system that we have like as a community in Malaysia? I mean, is there like everybody is a lone wolf all on their own with their own children, or there is some form of NGOs coming out to help, or there is private government partnership, proper national organizations, ministry that is willing to hear or willing to come in to to aid, to help? What are you seeing at the moment?
In my case, because my journey started 21 years ago, so I can only tell you about my journey. I can't really speak for the rest now. Like you say, now there's more awareness, more organization, so on and so forth. So before that, backtrack to 21 years ago, there wasn't actually much information on autism. And at that time, there wasn't much support either. We do have NASO Malaysia, the National Autism Society in Malaysia. But other than that, there's nothing much those days. So nowadays, there are different groups. I'm sure there are. And our government is also doing more nowadays. But sad to say, when my journey started, it was really, really very lonely. Yeah, and then the biggest pressure for us, okay, it's not about accepting or embracing our child's autism. The biggest challenge was the pressure of what will be the next therapy after this? What's next? Because the child psychologist recommended a few for us to check out. We did like speech therapy, occupational therapy, the usual, ABA. But after that, like even ABA, we did 3 years for Marcus.
Patiently.
Yes. After 2 over years, we noticed a plateau. Initially it was good. Okay. When we started ABA, shortly after that, we saw that he started uttering sound. Okay, he couldn't say the first word yet, uttered some sound, then slowly from that sound to that word, that one word. From 1 word to 2 words to 3 words, slowly getting more and more. And after 2 over years, it plateaued. But for us parents, right, what's next? We've done this, and the progress is very slow. And we always felt that we were racing against time because his age is catching up. And we can see that he is actually falling behind even more as compared to his peers. And it's really heartbreaking, Dr. Roland, to see that Marcus is struggling to utter words while his peers or cousins, they are actually progressing in a normal school. So that was the biggest challenge for us.
True. I think when you mentioned that, I totally understand and see that perspective because early 2000s communities were very maybe dispersed.
Yes.
And another one more thing is the social acceptance of
Correct.
the people around us. It could be from our extended families. It could be public watching and sort of like using us as an example in a bad way sometimes. Using our children who are having such issues and making them as example towards their own kids, not understanding what challenges
Correct.
parents were facing when they were out in a restaurant or they
Correct.
were watching a tantrum that is happening, and we have to keep the calm with our own children.
Yes.
At the same time, you have to make sure that we do not create a scene in the community. So that's also one thing, because sometimes we see many situations that we hear about very older children going through, like someone of your son's age, 20s in the 30s, and we hear that, oh, they were kept at home for all these years,
Yes.
kept hidden from
Correct.
the community, like nobody knows of their existence, and that is also very scary, because I think you mentioned that at one point we might not be here. What happens next in the situation? I mean, thankfully, like in your situation, at least you went through that journey of whether it's formal form of education, whether it's speech therapy, whether it's the diet, the nutrition, the access to screens, all of this is now being discussed. But those kids who have been probably in a form of a home imprisonment because of their medical condition, have a real situation when the people or their guardians are not there. What happens next? And we don't have a proper system. If this happens, what do we do?
Yeah, correct. So, I mean, what you say is very true, because when Marcus was young, there was one parent, she actually asked me, do you bring your son out or do you just keep him at home? So I was like, what kind of question is that? So to me, then I told her, yes, I do bring my son out wherever I go, because I want to expose him to the surrounding, even though it might be challenging at times for me, certain situation, but I still want him to get the exposure, right? To see what we are seeing, to go through what we are going through. We bring him traveling as well. We want to give him so-called a normal life, instead of just keep him at home, feed him 3 meals a day, have a TV for him to watch whatever he wants whole day. No, we need to expose him. But again, the public awareness is very important, because like those days, right, a lot of people, they are not aware what autism is. So like for my son, he had meltdowns in public before, all right? And I was already doing my very best to calm him, to help him. But then the people surrounding, they will be like looking at us, pointing fingers, whispering to one another. They will make comments. I hear comments like, oh, that's bad parenting. Come on, it's not bad parenting. You just do not know what we are going through. A lady even came up to me and asked me, why can't you control your son? I'm like, I was actually already overwhelmed at that moment. So I told her, I said, if you think that you can do a better job with my son, please go ahead. And she just stared at me and then walked off. I was like, so it's the public awareness. Yeah.
Because a lot of the public don't understand. I mean, they always feel that when they're going out, they are just there for a good time.
Correct.
And you don't understand there's also other people.
Correct. And nowadays it's even worse with the smartphone. Whatever happens, everybody will just take out the smartphone and start recording. Right?
Not just that. I think there's also other things that I would like to say. There's the exposure towards gadgets. I mean, everybody wants to pinpoint like why the cause of this is happening. There's so many factors that we cannot even just put the chip. Okay, what's the cause? We've got our gadgets. We've got a lot of data coming out and coming in from US regarding the vaccination status. Are these toxic metals causing this? I mean, for the years, 20, 30 years, there is always this denial.
Yes.
But you see, we are not here to say that this product is good and this product is bad. But if it's causing, then people should be taking note of it. We've got electromagnetic field. We've got our food with pesticides, and then
Correct.
we're talking about even the type of food. I mean, we're so exposed to what I call it like a global supermarket of food, and we're not going back to the traditional
Correct.
foods that we're so used to. That's also maybe triggering certain factors that's causing it.
Nowadays, there's a lot of processed food.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Even infant food is highly processed.
Yes, correct.
So it is. But if you look at the ingredients, wow, this much of
Yes.
ingredients are there. In fact, maybe some mothers are maybe blessed that they journey through only breastfeeding at the younger weeks of life. But maybe some, unfortunately, they have to work on some formulation. Kids having allergy.
Yes.
Some of them having infections. All of this. So it's easy for some people just to be always telling people denial. Oh, it's not the vaccine. Oh, it's not the TV. Oh, it's not the gadget. Oh, it's not the radiation. Then what? We need to get somewhere also in order to help communities, in order for us to understand or to either reduce the possibility. Because I think the numbers in US is 1 in 31. It's a huge number. What are our numbers here? Do we have any numbers?
I think our numbers here should be 1 in 50 something.
That's-
I can't really confirm.
Okay.
Yeah, but it should be around there. 1 in 50 something to.
And do we have enough of institutions? No, sadly no.
I don't think so. Yeah. Right.
And how, I mean, as of today, just to ask, I mean you do a lot of advocacy online on your social platforms. Is there any agencies coming? Because the cost for therapy, one, it's on your own,
Correct.
and it's not cheap. And it's not cheap, especially if people who are in maybe on a M40, they will already struggle.
Correct.
If you are a T20, maybe you could, but if for B40 communities,
Yes.
who are the lower income groups, and going for just classes itself could be like 3,000 to
Correct.
4,000 ringgit
Yeah.
every month. That's not include like dedicated meals and attention to have tutors coming in, or maybe one parent sacrificing to be there fully to. So it's a lot of things has to happen together. It's not just like food, not just like school, not just like the cost of funding. So we really need to go somewhere like, okay, where is our lead to climb it? And we need to look at the root, because we were not seeing these numbers in the 70s,
Yeah.
or even in the 80s. Even more maybe in the 60s, or is it because they were underdiagnosed? That's also another one more.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we were seeing that much, then if you're saying the numbers for, let's just say 1 in 100, we would have seen definitely in school also.
Correct.
But we didn't see that. We saw kids who had some special tantrums and issues, but we didn't see that. Even growing up, like, I mean, if you walk in like public today, like, could we spot an adult who's 50, 60 who are challenged
On the spectrum, you
exactly,
mean?
Exactly.
Actually, autism is a very wide spectrum. Yeah. And each individual has different challenges. Even twins diagnosed with autism, they will have different symptoms and challenges, even though they're twins. So the spectrum is so wide. And for those that are on the high functioning spectrum, right, you can't really tell that they have autism. If they are walking in the supermarket or sitting down having a meal, you can't tell. Because the high functioning ones, they only have challenge, I won't say only, their challenges will mainly be on social interaction. But other than that, they can, no problem, they can go out, buy something, take care of themselves, prepare their own meal at home, clean their own rooms or whatever. So you can't really tell. Like for my son Marcus, if he's sitting down nicely, having a meal, you can't tell that he has autism. Yeah, it's only from those little behaviors you know, oh, it's different. Yeah.
But maybe a lot of people are already autistic like that. Everyone has their own spectrum then.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just that how now we're looking into compartmentalizing everything and tweaking everything we want to see. That is also another.
Yes, correct.
Or we sometimes overdiagnose.
Yeah.
So, in the perspective of your sharing on contents online, so what are you doing at the moment?
I have decided to advocate for autism since 2 years ago. Not just for my son Marcus, it's also for other parents walking this journey silently. Because this autism journey is a very lonely journey. I've been through that. All right. Even our siblings, our close friend, or even like my better half, my husband, because he works. So every day, I mean Mondays to Fridays, he'll be out of the house for at least a good whole 9 hours, while I will be at home 24/7 with Marcus. So whatever problem, emotionally, mentally that I am experiencing, he might not fully understand. Like, especially the public, okay, they don't see what parents go through behind closed doors. The sleepless night, the crying behind closed toilet doors, the worry, the exhaustion, the emotion, the mental stress, emotionally, whatever, they don't see it. But if your son misbehaves in public, people will judge. They will comment. They will give remarks. And sometimes these comments or remarks can actually scar the parent. And it can result in some parents shunning away from bringing their child to public areas. So it is really a very, very lonely journey. It's like nobody understands me. I've been through depression. I've had dark thoughts before. So I know how it feels. It is real. The feeling is real. It's genuine. So that is why I'm now advocating for autism, also for parents. For parents who are going through all this silently and still showing up for their child every day. I want them to know that you are not alone in this journey.
I understand. And do you get help on your messages locally, internationally, what to do, where to go?
Not so much on that, because I do share on social media, on FB, IG, TikTok, my username.
What's your username? We'll put it down on the run.
Yeah, you can find me. My username is same across, okay? It's my name, Sharon Wu, here.
Okay.
It's like I'm here.
Okay.
So it's SharonWuhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get that Sharon
Wu
here.
here. Yeah. I share about my journey with Marcus, what I have learned through the years. So I make short reels and I post it on social media to give some encouragement to parents who are just starting to walk this journey with their child, and also to encourage some parents who might be depressed or whatever at certain point in time. Yeah, so that is why I
Does
do
Marcus have
share.
a social media?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. But you can find some of the videos of Marcus
On your
on
channel.
on my reels. Yeah.
Okay. So before we wrap up, just any last messages for those families or society out there who went through the journey or they are still naive. What's your message to them?
Okay, I have two messages. One would be to parents, all right? To parents out there, if you are in doubt, go for a diagnosis. Do not wait and be in denial. It's like, it's okay. I think he's okay. When you are in doubt, just go for a diagnosis because time is of the essence. And once you get the diagnosis, whatever it is, I know it will be very heartbreaking. I went through that before. Try not to be in denial, okay? Because if you are in denial, you are not helping your child. I know it's very difficult, but accept it. Accept it. Do your best to guide him, to give him therapies or whatever to support him. And the next message would be to the general public. Please do not be judgmental. Have more compassion and support special needs children. Give them inclusivity and also do not be judgmental to parents with special need kids. If you are able to give a helping hand when you see a public meltdown or tantrum, that would be a great relief to the parents. But if you are unable to give a helping hand, please do not make unnecessary comments or remarks because sometimes a small remark can really hurt that parent so deeply that they feel so ashamed that they will really shun away. They do not want to bring their child to public places anymore, and they will decide to keep their child at home.
True, very true. Thank you so much for this personal sharing of your journey and also I would say your win. That means there's so much of hurdles that you cross personally to get Marcus where he's at. I mean, it would have not been possible if you just at a certain point that be in that denial phase and say, you know what, I'm gonna go on with my own life. He's gonna be at home. I will deal with it when the time comes. But your effort also is a clear message out there that the parents who are journeying this, there is assistance out there. There is teachers out there. Today there's NGOs, there is organizations, there is special schools also for those who are in the national service who are tailor-made. Of course, you have to reconstruct everything around that.
Yes.
But there is access.
Yes,
and
correct.
let's not deny any kid out there.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Dr. Roland.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone for watching this episode of Lesung Batu Medic Show. Don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also YouTube. Till we meet next time, kita lesung kau.